This project is funded in part by a grant from the West Springfield Arts Council, a local agency supported by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, a state agency. Everett Cultural Council, the Springfield Cultural Council, the Massachusetts Cultural Council COVID-19 Relief Fund. Thank you.
Welcome to my show. Oh no, I'm late for work. Oh no, oh no. Alex Midas, co-host of the SWRS Radio talk show on Spondulics TV, coming at you from Town Hall, where there's an easy, quick way to make lots of money. There's also a scam in the works. The creepy cons are at it again. Hear me out. This time, they're entertaining their targets on social media with false promises of making fast cash. These hideous cowards have cooked up what is called the pyramid scheme. So watch and listen. Maybe you can avoid this dreadful hoax.
What do we have here? An invitation from a friend on social media to join a blessing loom for an investment of $100. Wow! I can make $7,000 in a few days! I never heard of this before. This Wilson fella is a longtime friend. Although we never met, I better ask him to share a little more details about this. But this sounds interesting.
This fish here looks promising. He's asking questions on Messenger. Why don't you ask him for his phone number and call him? Charm this one up. Just make sure our real phone number isn't visible on his caller ID. I don't mind if I do. Wow! The old skinflint shared his phone digits. What a fool! Hello, is this Mr. Robin?
It sure is.
Yes, this is your friend Wilson. Mr. Robin, as you know, we are living in a shaky economy. This is the perfect time for you to take advantage of a low-risk investment. You can make $7,000 in only 2 days. I invite you to join the blessing loom. This is the best opportunity to make money while blessing others.
That sounds interesting, my friend. How does it go?
Glad you asked. With a little investment of $100 through a wire transfer, you can spread the wealth and see a big return on the money you put in. The only thing you have to do is recruit few others to join the investment. They will recruit even more people. And as the circle widens, everyone makes load of cash. The funds are wired to me because, I oversee the account and make sure all investments are fairly and equally dispersed. I'm in! Awesome! I will message you further details. Thank you. Well, Chuck, that was a good lunch break. I made $100. My contacts online as we speak are sitting around like vultures and waiting for another idiot to join their respective circles. Waiting for the next $100 to roll in and we swoop down and snatch the money. And we don't do that much. Every minute someone, somewhere, is investing $100 to our little club. An emotional trigger regarding quick returns always get them moving. By the time they realize they were gullible, we unfriend them. And we block them from our social media accounts.
As you saw, this is not an easy investment. There's a pyramid scheme Plain and simple. The social media invitation relies on recruiting new members to keep the scam afloat. If the number of the participants stop growing, so does the money flow. This leaves the poor investors in losing the money they initially invested. I'll say this, Wilson and Chuck ought to be ashamed of themselves.
It's about time the old crow kicked off. Robin wired me $100. Did you say his name is Robin? Yep. He dragged his feet on this one. I thought that old warhorse would never pull through. Old warhorse? That's my godfather's nickname for servant in the military. Let me see that profile picture. His name is Robin? Yes! Darn it! That's him, all right. You invited my godfather to the Blessings Club? I didn't do it on purpose. Small world, what can I say? Refund him his $100. Now! Chuck, you know that's impossible. You see this social media image? This is a picture of a man who's obviously sick. Serious back problems. Painfully stirring in bed. I know because I took a picture of him myself. Well, if the picture is that bad, he didn't have to upload it. He certainly didn't have to participate in our club. Look, that's not the point. The fact is he's ill. You didn't have to target him. Well, it's too late to go soft. We took money from people who had cancer. I have a bad feeling about this. I think we should suspend this whole entire operation. Who are you kidding? My godfather has a serious heart condition. I'm afraid his heart won't handle the bad news when he finds out his investment is lost. Well, that will be the least of his problems, after he encourages his social media friends to invest in our enterprise. We are not sitting this duck out. I had many months invested. It was hard work pretending to like that old crumb, giving him thumbs up on those wacky charity videos he shared. Once he sent his friends to the lion's den, I'll unfriend him. Rats! Wilson, you can continue on with this scheme if you wish. I'm out. Chuck, you are an idiot. Our infrastructure must remain intact. It's the only way to preserve our financial circle. Otherwise, the money flow will stop, and so will our operation. You can forget about breaking ranks. You're already in too deep. Remember, if I go to jail, so will you. Besides, just think about how your godfather will feel about you. You are better off with keeping your mouth shut. I don't want to hear any more about this. What am I going to do? What can I do?
Can you believe that? Mr. Robin would have been better off turning his money over to a worthwhile charity, to an organization better suited for applying funds for those in need. Instead, it was turned over to worthless scavengers. Yes, Chuck should be ashamed of himself. While he's not directly responsible for his godfather taking the bait, he has taken thousands of dollars from investors' money under false pretenses. This is not an opportunity for quick returns with little effort. It is a pyramid scheme, plain and simple. Chuck is confused on what to do. If he does nothing, his godfather recruits his friends to join this deceptive social club. If he does say something, he implicates himself to the police. I am not going to lose any sleep over what happens to Chuck. Whatever happens, he deserves it. Belongs in jail.
If you suspect you are a fraud victim, contact the Federal Trade Commission at www.reportfraud.ftc.gov or call 877-382-4345. 857.